Today we're going to be chatting with Annie, the owner and operator of The Heart. It all started with little mugs like this, personalized and customized, and has turned into a flourishing business. Thanks for having us in your space today. This is The Heart, so you've got a lot going on in here. And it all started with Pure Prints.
Yeah, Pure Prints, it was an online, basically drinkware, mostly mug company. So I did a lot of custom work. People would tell me what they wanted me to print on a mug.
Right, so they got a little sassy sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
So what were the next progressions to get you into this space and this working space?
Yeah, so I think a lot of entrepreneurs are probably sitting in this awkward kind of space that I was. I was making these mugs from my kitchen. It was Christmas time and I had no kitchen counter. It was all custom orders, all mugs. And people were starting to come to my living room to meet with me and talk about what they wanted. They were picking up their products from my house and it was just too much. People I didn't know that I met online were coming to my house. So it was time
my
to
safety
draw
is a bit of a
some
thing here.
separation. Yeah.
That's cool. So the next progression then was to find a brick and mortar location.
Yeah.
And how did that go?
It was terrifying to make the move. At this point, I was going to school. Well, I guess I had just finished school and I was working full time. So to open a brick and mortar, you can't keep that full-time job.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
You definitely need to be like boots on the ground, right?
Yeah.
So what was the scariest thing then as you're doing that, jumping in? Like what was the biggest fear?
The biggest fear for me was not having a paycheck.
Right.
I have a mortgage, I have a family.
It's security. But it's often easier to keep that security even though you're like probably not going to achieve greatness or maybe even be that happy, but like that's such a safety net for us. So how did you get past that?
A lot of tears.
Yeah.
A lot of time with my husband.
Yeah.
At that time, he was the only person that could talk me through whatever I was feeling. He was my biggest rock. And I also did some life coaching. So her name was Anna, and she kind of does business and life coaching in one. And that was a big help.
And that was worth it?
Yeah.
And that wasn't like a cost you were worried to take on as well?
So it's funny, I actually won it. I didn't even have to pay for the program. Everything just kind of happened.
Serendipitously, you're like, this is the right path.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So now you have this business. What does it look like on a day-to-day? Because it's not just mugs anymore.
Yeah, so it's kind of a three-part business. I didn't really think that through when I was opening this location, that I was really opening three businesses at one time. So the front is where I sell primarily my mugs, and it's turned into a women's fashion boutique by mistake. That's just what my customers were loving and wanted more of. It's also a co-working space, so I have 8 small businesses that call this space home. They work here from 2 days a week to 5 days a week.
Beautiful. And are they all within the same industry or similar?
No, they're so random. There's website designers, there's event planners, there's a massage therapist that rents a private room.
I love that.
Yeah, so it's totally random. It's just entrepreneurs that could be working from home, but crave the connection.
Absolutely. I mean, I know for myself, working at home is a big challenge, especially coming out of big corporate companies like Quicksilver and Hearst and Press Radar. I'm used to being surrounded by so many people and in a creative field that moving to an office space, it took some major adjusting. Like, you need someone to bounce that off of.
Totally, and just being around people, it brings such a different perspective to whatever task you're trying to do. So.
Totally. So what's next then? If you were to like fast forward a year, where would you hope that things have gotten to?
It's funny, I've been asking this question to myself a lot lately, and I'm currently looking for a mentor because I'm not sure. I'm not sure what is next, whether I want to expand this location, whether I want a new location, whether there's part of my business that I love and part of my business that I'm not sure about. So I have some big decisions to make for sure.
But I think you said this perfectly off camera, that kind of the not knowing is the entrepreneurial spirit, and that's sort of what the fun in it is.
Totally.
And
it's a ride.
It's a ride. see what happens. But I mean,
Yeah.
you see what doors stay open. And like you said, the front of your store wasn't necessarily going to be a women's boutique, but you listened to the feedback.
No, yeah, absolutely. It's funny, I wasn't even sure of opening a store location, and I was really in my head one day, and I was actually at the neighboring restaurant having a coffee, and I saw them put the for sale sign or for lease sign in the window. So I just think that you kind of have to be open to whatever.
Right. And be willing to make mistakes.
Yeah.
And like be a little embarrassed sometimes.
Big
or like fall on your
mistakes,
butt.
little mistakes every day, for sure.
What does it look like for you then from a marketing perspective? How do you get your name out there? You've built a great community around the heart. What's been your MO there?
I think, and we hear this word a lot right now, is just being authentic online. But I really think that I truly try to live in that space. If I'm having a bad day, sometimes I'll talk about it on my public page. If I'm having a great day, sometimes I'll talk about it. I'll talk about money, whatever it is that people want to hear about, because it's more than just a retail store. It's a community, as you said. So.
And online and in person, which is really important. I mean, as your personal brand, you want to make sure that who they are, if they walk into the store, isn't getting a different version of what they thought by learning about you and your business online. That's really cool. I, for one, am very excited to see what comes next, because you are like in the Wild West.
You and me both.
Exactly. Well, that's what I love about you and your business is like, you're like, I'll see what it is, and like, I'll go with the next flow, and you've always managed to keep your head above water, and mostly, you're like, there's been a few breaks under there.
There's definitely a couple dunks, but we're good.
But you're good.
Yeah.
And I think that's like the excitement of seeing someone who like just, you know, pulled the zip cord and was like, I'm doing this.
Yeah. Full jump in.
Cool. Thanks so much again for having us.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
You bet. If you were inspired by this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Broad World's channel. Be sure you ring the bell to receive notifications each time we drop an interview from a female founder, or give away branding and marketing tips to help you grow your business or your career.